As adventure riding enthusiasts, we are always on a search for newer and better gears that will make off-road riding easier and more comfortable. And it seems like PlanetDSG have listened just to that. PlanetDSG is a pretty old Indian riding gear brand that has been making riding jackets, riding pants, tracksuits, you name it, from almost the last 20 odd years, I guess. And this time they have launched their state-of-the-art adventure riding jacket, which is this. The thing that differentiates this jacket compared to all the other jackets in the market is how it is designed. Okay, if you can see, underneath this particular layer you have another one which carries all the armor, and on top of that you have another jacket which is there for weather protection, for practicality, pockets, and all of that. Okay, the easiest way in which I can explain you what the bionic armored jacket is, just think of a base layer which has pockets for armors, and that is exactly this. Now DSG has cleverly designed this jacket with enough perforations to have maximum airflow on hot summer riding days, and also it has moisture wicking fabric in areas where you'll experience a lot of sweat. Now one thing that I want to highlight in this particular jacket is just how good the stitching is. Now DSG has double stitched on almost all the seams, and what that will do is it will not allow the stitches to come off in case of rough use, abuse, which off-road riding is mainly all about. Now talking about the armors, which are quite crucial here, is DSG has employed this jacket with their own brand of armors, which is the CE Flexion armor. These particular armors are level 2, so you are covered on that front. Now since we were talking armors, I just thought of that I can show you to you just exactly how the DSG Flexion armor looks. So this is how it looks, and if you can see, this has perforations almost on the entire area, which is actually a very good thing, because firstly it makes it quite lightweight and very flexible, which is very important when you're doing long hours on the bike and spending a lot of time on trails. So that is quite good. And another thing which it does is it allows a good amount of airflow, and that will make sure that you do not get tired whenever you're riding trails. In the bionic armor jacket you get a total of 7 armors, which include elbow, shoulders, chest and back. All of them are CE level 2 armors, so that's a good thing. For someone who is purely into trail riding and who want to have a good off-road riding gear kit on a budget, for them I think this particular jacket, the bionic armor jacket, makes a lot of sense, because if you look at the price, which is just a shade under 5,000, for that price I think this is definitely a value for money proposition. One thing that I definitely missed on the bionic armor jacket is the presence of a kidney belt, which is quite a rarity. Not most budget options have it. What does a kidney belt do? So first things first, it helps the back protector to stay nice and secure to your back. And secondly, this provides, think of it like a weightlifting belt whenever you're doing squats or something. So that provides good support to your torso, because whenever you're standing up and riding, it places a lot of stress on your core and torso. So this kind of acts like a support. One thing that I would like to point out, which can be improved in the next iteration, is the fabric which is on the inside of the elbow armor, which rubs against your skin. So that I wish could be a bit more softer, because right now whenever you're riding for more than say maybe 20-30 minutes, it tends to chafe your skin a bit, and yeah, that can be a bit troublesome. But apart from that, I don't think this this jacket has any particular negative. I think this is as good as a proposition as it can get. Moving on, we'll also focus on the second layer of the jacket and talk more about it. Focusing on the outer layer of the adventure jacket, which provides weather protection and is mostly focused towards touring and long distance riding. Now this is as lightweight as it can be, just like the bionic jacket, which is also quite lightweight thanks to its armors and all of that. This one also is very lightweight. You don't really feel like you're wearing an adventure jacket. Now let's talk about what it comes with. First things first, the fabric which they have used is 900 denier. Now why I pointed out this is because most jacket they either come with 600 to 800 dinar. This one comes with 900 dinar. What that means is it will offer much better abrasion resistance and much better weather protection as well. Now as you can see, I have quite a lot of pockets. So there are 2 pockets up front to keep maybe your wallets or anything like that. You also have another pocket over here, vertical, in which you can keep your phone or maybe your cards or something like that. Then you also have another pocket on the back which stretches to the entire width of the jacket. Very good thing. Now these zippers which you can see, they are, all of them are YKK zippers, so you're covered on that front, and they also have these cool pull tabs, so you don't mess with them whenever you're wearing gloves. Just like the bionic armor jacket, this particular jacket also has a lot of mesh panels on the sleeves, on the inside of the jacket, so that will allow a lot of airflow whenever you're on the highway, whenever you're in the city as well. So that's a good thing. You know, you always want more airflow, especially in the Indian climate. To showcase more of the features of this jacket, I'll just quickly remove it. So one cool thing that the DSG jacket comes with is removable sleeves. Now for most tourers this won't be really a very useful feature, but for someone who is primarily into trail and off-road riding, for them this will be like godsend. Yeah, if you can see here, I have removed one of the sleeves, and this will obviously make the jacket slightly lighter if you want to go out on trails. One more feature that this comes with, and this quite a underrated one, is that this particular jacket has a nice pocket on the inside of the back to allow for to have a provision to place your hydration bladder of the size is 2 liters somewhere. Yeah, you can place a hydration bladder of 2 liters, and you can route the pipe, the hydration pipe, from the back and then place it somewhere over here. So that is again quite a cool feature. On the inside you have a good amount of soft touch mesh, so that just amps up the comfort factor, and that well kind of sums up the adventure riding jacket from DSG. Now a few things that I would like to point out is, being an adventure jacket, I really wished that DSG offered a rain liner or maybe a rain layer at least as an option. So that is something which is missing. One thing that comes to my mind from a touring perspective is how easy it is for me to recommend this particular jacket to someone who is primarily into touring and just does off-road quite rarely. So in that scenario, it is quite hard for me to recommend, primarily because this thing comes in 2 layers. Now for any other adventure jacket which you can simply remove and store it somewhere, maybe in your saddle bag, maybe in your top box, or pretty much anywhere else, this is a bit hard to imagine that particular scenario, because whenever you're touring, you're going from places to places, maybe you're visiting temples, restaurants, anywhere else where you just want to sit and relax. And that is where, from my experience, I can tell you that you just want to remove your gear and sit down and relax, because yeah, touring can also be quite taxing, especially in Indian weather. So in those scenarios, I think this jacket kind of has a bit of a drawback in that scenario. So for someone who is primarily into touring, maybe I would suggest looking at a few other jackets. Earlier DSG had those simple one piece jackets which had armors inbuilt them, so you don't have the whole difficulty of managing 2 jackets at once. But for someone who is into off-road, I don't think there is any other jacket at this price point, considering its price, which is 8,000 INR as of now. And that is where the value of propositions just goes off the charts. Yeah, so that is my first impressions, or even a review of the adventure jacket. How it felt on the trails, well, just like it should. It is very lightweight. Firstly, both the jackets, be it the bionic armor or even the full adventure jacket, both of them are quite lightweight, and whenever I was just attacking the trail, I was more focused on the trail rather than just how heavy the gear is. So that is one of the plus points, you could call it. Yeah, and apart from that, I have used it for a few trails right now. I can tell you that the construction definitely feels solid. You know, it is not something which will, the stretching particularly, it is not something which will easily come off and something of that sort. So the first impressions on this one are quite solid. So let's see how it manages, you know, the Indian weather, particularly the monsoon. Let's see how it fares in that department, and I'll be back with a long-term review. Yeah, that is all for now. Ciao.